of the rave is Mega Ran signing off here with Super Dave. Hey, on the love.
And we are back at Phoenix ComiCon 2017. This is your man, Super Dave Rains, from Big Show Entertainment Network and Super Dave Rains and the Big Show. And we've got a very, very special treat for you today, as I'm here with two very, very special guests, Dame Ann and Gaetano of Kingdom of Umbria, part of the Adrian Empire. And I want to shout out to Ryan. I made it. So thank you, Sir Fastener. And we are so excited to be here. So, Dame Ann, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. Tell me about what you do and what goes into putting this all together.
Okay, we are a nonprofit Renaissance reenactment group. We reenact the periods from 783 to 1624. So we can have a whole range of medieval and Renaissance stuff that we can teach. Everything from archery to combat to arts. You know, you can learn how to brew something. You can learn how to make a whole garment. We can teach you how to make armor if you want to be an actual combatant, because we fight with live steel. So it's really exciting because we have a lot of 100 members here in the Kingdom of Umbria that we play with locally. We are actually a national group under the Adrian Empire, so we have chapters all throughout the country with the people that are just interested in getting together and talking about medieval and the Renaissance period and what you can learn from those time periods and learn how to dress.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, I love the costumes. You guys really capture the essence of the period. I'm very, very impressed. Let me ask you this. You said you're all over the country. We have the Colorado Renaissance Festival. I think it goes over an entire month. I want to say it's in August or July. Maybe it's a little bit longer than that. So where can folks in Colorado find their local chapter?
Actually, I don't know if we have a chapter in Colorado yet, but what they could do is go to the adrianempire.org website. It has the list of all our national chapters, and you can there are contacts of our ministers. Usually what you want to do is contact the Imperial Hospitaller, and he or she would speak to you about how to either get started with a local chapter or where your closest chapter is, and how to get involved as far as either starting one or becoming involved with one for what we do, because actually we are separate from the Renaissance groups that you see at the shows. We actually are separate from that. But because what we do is actually a nonprofit educational, because we will do things like go to school demos and things like that and show off, you know, what we do and how we learn those things. So that's the best way to get in contact. Otherwise, also we come to events like this, you know, ComiCon and school demos, and we show information about how to get in touch with us. AdrianEmpire.org. Our local Kingdom chapter has a webpage, Kingdom of Umbria. You look us up that way. And we are more than happy to get in contact with you about either at the Imperial level or a local group, how to get involved with us, either locally or how to start a chapter.
Wow, that's awesome. So, is it Gaetano? Tell me about, you know, do you make things as well? How did you get involved in this, as we say, endeavor or enterprise? It's just fascinating to me.
Well, I had actually been involved with this group for approximately 15 years. I actually joined this group when I was about 13 years old.
Wow.
kind of grew up around a lot of these people. It's very much a village, very much a family. And I can tell you that we do teach and learn a lot of the crafts. We do a lot of the smithing ourselves. If it's not made by the individual member that is wearing the piece, they usually know the armor. We have approved vendors that deal with or that make them per our standards and safety regulations. I can tell you that, like, for example, this right here, this is my helmet that I fight in. I actually watched the gentleman. His name is Howard Noble. Howard Noble actually teaches a metallurgy class up at the Sholo College here in Arizona. So a full-time professor up there. And he teaches how to do these things on a regular basis. I know what he does. I watched him make this helmet. Hammer, anvil, and forge. No machine press, no anything. So we have the artisans and the craftsmen that can teach you how to do these things. I myself, I don't do armor. I do leather work, and I do a little bit of engineering. This piece over here, this ballista, I actually built this. That actually took me 8 months between me and a friend of mine. It took us about 8 months to build. We did all the metal fabrication and all of the woodwork ourselves, and we researched how it was done, how it was used, and then we use these things and these crafts that we learn to teach about the Renaissance and medieval eras. And everything that we do, there's a really strong passion for that. And I've grown up in it. We teach about the knightly virtues, the tenets of chivalry. Chivalry's definitely not dead.
Absolutely. I would say it is definitely still alive. So, Dayman, let me ask you, have you seen King Arthur and the Legend of the Sword? And do you guys get involved with Hollywood? Because you're so specialized in knowing the ins and outs of the period. You spoke about the chivalry and how to be a knight. And are you involved with any Hollywood projects? Do they come to you for advice?
Not as of yet, but I know that we have been seen on YouTube, and I know that there are videos of us out there actually fighting and whatnot. So because of what we do is real reenactment. Yes. I guess we would be qualified for something like that, to really talk about what we know. Because there are people like Gaetano, who is, I consider one of our best fighters. He also knows a lot about armor making, because he really immersed himself in that field of how could you build a suit from the ground up, and who are the correct vendors to get involved with that will actually recreate pieces that are historically accurate for that period. Because armor does change over the time periods. As gunpowder is invented, there's less steel, there's more pieces things like you would see in the Three Musketeers, more of the rapier fighting. Right. And so that's what really makes this group exciting and fun to be with, to learn from people that actually know how the pieces were recreated and what it looked like back then.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I can tell you that we will definitely have you guys featured on Big Show Entertainment Network, our YouTube channel, and all of our social media. I'm just absolutely just overwhelmed at what you're doing here. It is just really, really cool. So, folks, you definitely want to check out the Kingdom of Umbria, part of the Adrian Empire. I'm just so honored. Thank you so much for coming on Super Dave Raines and the Big Show at Phoenix ComiCon 2017. So for Dayman and Gaetano, I'm Super Dave Raines. And until next time, don't forget, we're going to watch some fighting here in just a minute. So before I close out, but I'm Super Dave Raines, and until next time, own the love.